Retail sales declining in March show consumers are cutting back amid this tougher macroeconomic environment. And what does this tell us, though, about the broader economy and the path to get inflation down towards the Fed's 2% target? Well, joining us now with a breakdown is Rick Newman. Hey, Rick.
Hey, guys. Retail sales, small data point, but let's look at it in a broader context. Retail sales have been down for 4 of the last 5 months. And at the same time, goods inflation is down around 1%. Food is still too expensive, but many other products have really moderated in price. And we're basically out of the woods on goods inflation, which you might think is a good thing, but we still have services inflation, which is above 7%. You were talking about Jamie Dimon before, talking about storm clouds on the horizon. We are seeing a sharp slowdown in consumer spending. And as we all know, consumer spending is 2/3 of the U.S. economy. So does this mean that people are running out of money and this is going to be leading to a recession or not? I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens in future months, obviously. But President Biden faces interesting timing. I think at this point, he is saying he's going to run for re-election. If there's going to be a recession, he basically wants to start today and get it over with. And that's not going to happen. What might be more problematic for him is it starts in 6 months or 9 months, and it's going on in 2024 when he's trying to convince voters he should get a second term. So I know we've talked so much about recessions that might be coming and then don't materialize, but it still matters if you're President Biden.
Rick, do you think at some point, and we've seen hints of this from Ron DeSantis, at some point might Biden open the door to some criticism of the Fed for bringing us to the edge or into a recession?
Well, he said he wasn't going to do that. I mean, he explicitly said, I am not going to comment on what the Federal Reserve does. And the reason he did that is because his predecessor, Donald Trump, bashed the Fed all the time when the Fed didn't do what Trump wanted, which is mainly keep interest rates super low. So I don't think Biden is going to do that. I mean, he has a way of finding other culprits for inflation. I remember the Putin price hike. I mean, when gasoline hit $5 a gallon, he blamed it on Vladimir Putin. He'll find some other boogeymen. But it's an open question whether inflation is even going to be a problem for Biden once the 2024 election is really underway. I mean, it has fallen from 9% last June to 5% now. I mean, if it stays on that trajectory, it'll be back to 3% by the end of the year. And then it's not so much of an issue. So that doesn't mean people are happy. Yeah. Biden, people are still bummed out, and that is a problem I think Biden's going to face no matter what inflation is.
Of course, he can have that moniker of running as the #1 jobs-producing president ever. That may prove effective.